Yo. So this review is going to be for It Chapter 2 by, what's his fucking name? Andy Muschietti. And written by Gary Dauberman, I don't fucking know. Movie started off with a fucking bang. That intro with the beating had me fucking hyped that this flick was going to be super fucking violent. Slightly misleading. That opening scene with that beating was probably the most brutal thing of the whole fucking movie. Is the sounds of the fucking fists and boots connecting. Just everything about the opening was just fucking amazing. Just pure fucking violence. It was great. But yeah, if you're going into this expecting anything like the fucking book, forget about it. This movie was so far off from the fucking novel. It was fucking nuts. Still dug it. Most of it. The kills were great. Pennywise was dope. I think I am lucky because I didn't know who any of these people were that were taking the roles of the children now as adults. Like, a lot of people are like, oh my god, Bill Hader, but I didn't fucking know who he was until after the movie. When my buddy was like, oh, he used to be on SNL. I fucking hate SNL, so I wouldn't know him. James McAvoy, don't fucking know him. Jessica Chastain, nope. I've just never heard of any of these people, except for obviously Bill Skarsgård being in the first fucking part. A lot of flashbacks in this, and I've heard a lot of people bitching about that, but when they go back to showing the kids, it's probably my favorite part because the kid actors are still a hell of a lot better than these adults. The dialogue in this movie. Now, this is probably going to make a lot of you think I'm a hypocrite, but whatever, man. The dialogue in this movie sucked. Every other word was fuck. The novel wasn't like that. The first part, sure, there was a fair bit of swearing, but that's what kids do. The fucking adults, man, it was insane. To me, when I watch a movie, I don't care if there's a lot of swearing, but when it turns into excessive swearing, it gets pretty boring. Especially from, what's his nuts there? The character Eddie Kasprak. Holy shit, I do not remember him really being like that. Besides that, he was pretty damn funny. That guy was done by James Ransone, or however you say it. The dude who played Stanley Uris, well, anyone who's read the novel or seen the original movie knows what happens to him. And yeah, the suicide scene was actually kind of fucking tame compared to the 1991. They don't even show him writing "it" in blood on the wall. It just dripping on the floor. That was kind of tame. They did a few flashbacks to Georgie. There's a new kid actor in this who's living in in Bill's old childhood house. Pretty sure that kid is the same kid who played Georgie. They look fucking identical. That kid was cool though. I liked him. But again, I feel like it added an element to the movie that they're just trying to pull on people's heartstrings by putting a kid in danger. No. There's enough source material. You didn't need to be adding that. The kid was still cool though, and his scene in the funhouse with Bill. Oh, that was one of my favorite parts of the movie after the intro. Let's get to this part. I knew it was gonna be bullshit. I fucking knew it, and I called it. When they're going around saying this movie has the bloodiest scene in horror history, fuck off with that bullshit. I will say thank you for not making it CG blood, like I figured it would be. But come on, how the hell is filling a bathroom stall up with red liquid the bloodiest scene in horror history? The scene from the OG Nightmare on Elm Street where Johnny Depp gets pulled into the bed looked bloodier than this. That shit just irked the fuck out of me. Cameos. Stephen King's cameo was pretty damn cool. He is just a grumpy old man running like a vintage used shop. Not a Goodwill, but like not a pawn shop. Just one of those old vintage places. He's just a cunt. I loved it. And I'm pretty fucking positive the actor who was the kid of Ben Hanscom in the 1990 movie, I am 99.9% sure he had a cameo in this one. When Mike Hanlon's calling everybody to tell them, yo, get your ass back to Derry. There's a board meeting they're building a new high-rise apartment or some shit. And the guy doing the proposition or whatever the fuck, as he's talking, I was like, yeah, he looks kind of familiar. And at first I was like, why did they get a chunkier dude to play Ben when he was supposed to have lost weight? And that was the big deal about him returning. Just to realize they pan off to Ben doing his conference call through Skype or whatever. And then they zoom in on this bigger guy's face again, and his eyes match that fucking kid's eyes that played Ben in the 1990 movie. So that was cool. Other cameos, I am not sure. I'm actually surprised I picked out that one because I'm usually pretty bad at recognizing faces. Yeah, Stephen King was hilarious. The pharmacist was fucking funny as shit too. The way he messes with Eddie. The CG. Some of the CG was phenomenal. Like some of the, like in the Chinese restaurant when they're doing their reunion dinner, that was some cool shit. But there was some other shit in there that looked extremely amateurish. Like, there's one part, they zoom in on Pennywise's face, and one eye's up here, one eye's down here. That part didn't look bad, but the way they stretched his chin, no. It was bad. It looked like a shaved nutsack, for fuck's sake. Oh, it was bad. There were some other rather shady CG sequences. But overall, CG wasn't terrible. The flashback scene to Eddie being chased by the Paul Bunyan statue, one of my most fun parts in the movie. That they did a really good job on that. And then when it cuts to Eddie as an adult and Pennywise is sitting on top of the Bunyan statue, that was really fun. Had a nice chant going. Reminded me of when he's on the TV in Chapter 1 talking to Bowers. Speaking of Bowers, the actor that played adult Bowers, he was cool shit. I fucking loved him. Oh man, he was funny as shit. He reminds me of someone I know in person, like in real life, but god damn, he was funny as shit. I loved him. I know he wasn't supposed to be funny, but people like him just crack me up. There was a cool segment under the bleachers with another kid. Fucking Pennywise is just... He was so good at manipulating kids' minds. It was just so much fun to watch him do that. What else should we talk about now? The runtime, like everyone else talks about. It's like 2 hours and 50 minutes. And for the majority of it, I was having a fucking blast. As soon as they get back into the fucking house on Neibolt Street, though, and there's like 45 minutes left in the movie, it just went fucking downhill. What the fuck? Like, they're doing... Okay, there's gonna be some fucking spoilers probably right now because this shit fucking irked me and I might not be able to control what I say. So just a heads up, there might be some spoilers coming. They do this fucking ritual that Mike's saying has to be done this way. But yet he fucking scratches something off on the totem thing, which would have negated the whole fucking ritual in the first place. So good job, you fucking numpty. And then Pennywise comes down and he turns into the fucking Scorpion King. And that was bad. That was real bad. That was fucking dumb. The way they had... Like, they made his head so fucking huge on this fucking thing. The fucking spider from the 90s, the stop motion spider they used, was 100 times fucking cooler looking than this fucking Scorpion King Pennywise bullshit. And then they turned Pennywise into a fucking millennial little cunt. They're stabbing him. They stab him right in the fucking mouth. That doesn't fucking kill him. He gets impaled through the fucking chest by this fucking spike. That doesn't kill him. Call him a stupid head though. Ho. He starts fucking crumbling. Then they just keep calling him names. Not even anything really harsh. And he just fucking shrivels. Shrivels right up by being called some fucking names. What the fuck? That's where they really dropped the fucking ball in this movie. Pennywise, the eater of worlds, destroyer of children, ended by being called a stupid face or whatever the hell they called him. Absolutely pathetic. One of the dumbest fucking endings I've seen in a long time. It's bad. So bad. Hopefully some people like it. I don't see how they can like that ending. It's definitely geared towards the Trudeau type of people, but they're all a bunch of pussies and they're not gonna go see a fucking clown movie to begin with, so what the fuck? That really pissed me off. I was ranting walking out of the fucking theater at that. Jesus Christ. Now, with that being said, and me shitting on that ending, I'm still gonna buy the fucking movie when it hits home video. The last 45 minutes, yeah, they sucked, but it doesn't take away how awesome the first 2 hours and 10 minutes were. I I definitely recommend checking it out, despite my rants on shitting on parts of it. Go see it. If you can go to a matinee and it's cheaper, check it out. It's definitely worth seeing on the big screen. I went and saw it on an IMAX screen, and it was fucking loud. It was great. Whenever someone was getting fucked up, and you just hear the crunching and everything, it was shaking the seats in the theater. That was fucking awesome. But yeah, check it out. I think I'd probably give this like a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6.5 out of 10 if I were to do ratings like that. But I'm not a big fan of rating systems, so I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, so final thoughts. Don't go in expecting a novel reproduction, because not a lot of it matches the novel at all. I wish they would have done a little more with Beverly and her husband. But once she splits from him to go back to Derry, that's all we see of him. His part in the novel was amazing. This fucking madman lunatic chasing after his wife, fucking somehow running into Bill's wife and hooking up with her while Bill and fucking Bev are hooking up. Like, super sleazy fucking bullshit in the novel, and it was great. None of that was in the book or in the movie. One last thing. I just remembered something else. So, throughout this whole movie, Bill Denborough's an author, and they make movies based on his books. They keep ripping on him for not knowing how to end a story, or a novel, or a movie. Even Stephen King rips on him when Bill Denbrough notices Stephen King's character is reading one of his novels. He's like, "Oh, do you want me to sign it for you?" And Stephen King's like, "No, didn't like the ending." And they just keep shitting on Bill for not knowing how to end a movie. And I feel like it was just foreshadowing towards the disappointing ending of this movie. Kind of clever. So take heed. Don't expect a great ending, but expect a real fun fucking movie. I have been blabbing on for 18 fucking minutes now. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for watching. Go see It Chapter 2 if you can go see it for cheap. I'm definitely going to be buying it. Sorry. I'm going to ramble on a little more. I have heard rumors that Muschietti wants to make a third movie. I hope he doesn't try to make his own in another 27 years future thing. What I want, fingers crossed, please. I know Muschietti, you're never going to see my video, but if for somehow anybody who knows him sees this, just fucking please get it into his head to make a movie based on the interludes of the novel. I want a fucking movie based on the history of Derry. Those interludes are fucking amazing in the book. Please, 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 there needs to be a fucking movie on those. The fucking tower, the fucking army base, all of that shit. The fucking giant bird. Although they did kind of touch on that in chapter 2. That fucking native tripping scene. Oh, that was fucking cool shit too. But yeah, please make a movie based on the interludes. The history of Derry is fucking badass, and it would make one hell of a fucking movie. That's all I want out of this. Just make it happen. Alrighty. Now that's it. I'm pretty sure I'm done rambling on. Once again, thank you for watching and dealing with my bullshit. Keep it fucking sleazy, folks. Peace.